Wireless communication has quickly become a valuable part of our society. Recently, a technology stemming from wireless communication has been growing and has begun to take flight. The technology is location awareness. The term location awareness has been applied to such technologies as GPS navigation, mapping, and real-time locating. The first GPS, Navstar, was launched in 1978 for military use by the use of 11 satellites. Then, in 1983, it was released for public use. The first consumer LBS-capable mobile web device was the Palm 7, released in 1999. This device acted as a personal digital assistant for users seeking wireless organizational services. The world's first commercial location-dependent services were introduced in July of 2001. This was introduced before any mobile phones were even equipped with GPS. Following that, KDDI introduced the world's first mobile phones equipped with GPS and the first GPS-based location-dependent services in December of 2001. Stimulated by the events of September 11th, the demand for enhanced 911 emergency calling capabilities pushed forward GPS tracking technology in cell phones. At the end of 2005, all cell phone carriers were required to provide the ability to trace cell phone calls to a location within 100 meters or less. To comply with FCC requirements, cell phone carriers decided to integrate GPS technology into cell phone handsets rather than overhaul the tower network. However, the GPS in most cell phones are not like those in your handy GPS receiver that you take hiking or wherever else you may go. Most cell phones do not allow the user direct access to the GPS data. Accurate location determination requires the assistance of a wireless network, and the GPS data is transmitted only if a 911 emergency call is made. So where does this leave us? What is going on today? Our technology that has really gained some steam more recently is location check-in services. These services can be accessed through your phone, and there are now readily available options to choose from. Some check-in services include Foursquare, Looped, Gowalla, Brightkite, and Booyah, just to name a few.
The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office awarded Google a patent for using location in an advertising system. However, this type of information has to be made useful to the customer rather than just available, which is why Foursquare seems to be doing a much better job combining social networking with marketing abilities. Location-based advertising refers to marketer-controlled information specially tailored for the place where users access an advertising medium. It combines what's convenient and useful to customers with what can be profitable for businesses. Many companies are offering location-based offers to subscribers rather than targeting customers without their permission, which would turn many customers away. For example, GPS screens will often show a gas pump icon to indicate a nearby gas station or a knife and fork to indicate a restaurant. With these subscriptions, the company's logo will instead appear on the screen and potentially send a message about a temporary offer. Check-in services such as Foursquare and Gowalla are currently used to draw in customers with special offers. Businesses have begun to offer specials and discounts to loyal customers by checking Foursquare data, and the businesses can sign up with Foursquare and have these specials advertised directly inside the app. This encourages friendly competition among friends and rewards loyal customers. Businesses can also search the accounts of users who have checked in with them and review their feedback. According to TechCrunch, being able to connect web advertising, recommendations, and social media buzz to an actual person walking into your store has long been the holy grail of the advertising world. Check-in services are now beginning to be used to provide restaurant and theme park wait time updates. Perhaps these capabilities can be combined with touchscreen ordering technology like those at Sheetz or Wawa to allow users to place orders via mobile devices and receive an alert when orders are ready. This increased convenience will certainly draw customers in, which will in turn bring more profit and popularity to the businesses. With all the added benefits location awareness brings, it carries with it a great deal of risk as well. Some of the applications have security flaws in them which creates a great deal of risk for the user. Other programs are being used with poor judgment which can create unforeseen threats. Many check-in applications as well as tweets relating to locations have been funneled into websites like pleaserobme.com and robmenow.com.
Will Cardis likes to let his buddies know where he's at by using Twitter and location-sharing websites. But he didn't realize those tweets were also being used by a new controversial site called pleaserobme.com.
I don't want to be that guy that's on Please Rob Me, but at the same time, it's good to know. It's good to know that, like, hey, this knowledge is getting passed out.
Please Rob Me takes info from social sites available for anyone to see and reposts them on a list called Recent Empty Homes.
Applications have been released to help users find or track their smartphone if it's lost or stolen. The problem is that some people do not change the default access code, making their phone's location available for anyone who knows the application's default code as well as their cell phone number. Many of these programs can still be used as long as the users are security conscious. Users should always change their default passwords and access codes on applications they download. If users choose to use geotagging, they should remember that their location is being broadcast to the world and that they should not post their home address on sites like Facebook. If users can take these tips, they can happily gain all the benefits of location-aware applications while remaining safe at the same time. Okay, so what does this all mean? Will a location-aware service like Foursquare ever become as ubiquitous as Facebook or Google? First, we should look at the users. After 3 years, Google had 8 million users in the United States, Twitter had 8 million also, Facebook had 27 million. Foursquare, which launched just a year ago in March of 2009, has 500,000 users worldwide. However, unlike websites which just require an internet connection, Foursquare and related services require a GPS-equipped device. In 2009, 240 million phones with GPS were shipped, up 6.4% over 2008, and that number is expected to increase 19% by 2014. In addition, the application must be available on the user's operating system of choice. Currently, Foursquare is available for the iPhone OS, Android, WebOS, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. But users alone do not automatically guarantee success. MySpace, launched in 2003, had over 185 million active users in 2007. Yet, Facebook managed to pass MySpace in monthly traffic just 2 years later. Why? What makes one service more popular or more widely adopted? Success comes from creating a dynamic, interesting, engaging, and clean user experience. Where MySpace became stagnant and overrun with ads and ugly layouts, Facebook became easier to use and introduced the application development platform, which created content and drove monthly traffic way up. Foursquare is creating success by utilizing dynamic, interesting, engaging, and a clean user experience. Certain businesses provide specials to those who use Foursquare. Foursquare has a badge system that users strive to earn to prove their prestige. Foursquare has made their API available and easy to use. In just over a year, Foursquare has actively captured and engaged its users. Looking past just the users, Foursquare seems to be succeeding in terms of traffic and growth. Foursquare users use the service by checking in at a location, showing their friends that they are there. In January, Foursquare was experiencing 1 check-in per second, or 86,000 a day, and 600,000 a week. But by the beginning of February, this number had already doubled to 1.2 million check-ins a week. On April 16, 2010, Foursquare experienced 558,000 check-ins in just one day, 9 check-ins per second, and 20,000 new users. Foursquare is making all the right moves and is well on its way to establishing itself as the de facto next thing in location-aware services.